very much. My name is Jim Brown, and we'll be talking for the next few minutes about immigration reform, and specifically our proposition that the U.S. should adopt the President's 21st Century Path to Citizenship plan. And that plan is documented on the whitehouse.gov website. And so claim number one, this goes to significance. More than 11 million unauthorized immigrants live in the U.S., and they make up approximately 3% of the population. According to the census, U.S. Census Bureau, the U.S. population is 319 million. And the Department of Homeland Security keeps track of, and also Pew Research keep track of estimates around the number of illegal immigrants that live in the United States. But it's only an estimate. So Andorra Bruno, specialist in immigration policy for the Congressional Research Service, prepared a report to Congress in May 2014 to inform legislators on the issue. And they write, it is unknown at any point in time how many unauthorized aliens are in the United States, what countries they are from, when they came to the United States, where they are living, and what their demographic, family, and other characteristics are. Demographers develop estimates about unauthorized immigrants using available survey data. So this brings us to kind of the shadow environment that President Obama talks about. We don't really know how many they are, where they are, anything about them. In the same report, it also talks about this specific group of people, 4.5 million children. And this is the main point of why the policy needs to be changed. It's because children of unauthorized immigrants may be unauthorized immigrants themselves or may have legal status. Pew estimates that there are 5.5 million children in the United States in 2010, with at least one unauthorized parent. As noted, 1 million of those children were unauthorized aliens, but the remaining 4.5 million children were born in the United States and thus were U.S. citizens. So that's the core of the problem. That's a significant problem when you have these mixed families. And another point right behind that is that 9 million people live in these situations where one parent or more parents are unauthorized aliens taking care of dependent U.S. citizens. And that's what needs to be addressed. So claim 2 goes to inherency. And this is around the shadow issues again. So these 9 million people living in this mixed status family, point A, they live under constant threat that they will be apprehended and deported. And they have minimal access to law enforcement or anything else, any other social support that we take for granted. So in January 30th, there was an article in the Houston Chronicle talking about, James Pinkerton wrote this, and it's entitled Chinatown Raid Targets Exploitation of Illegal Workers. And so here what happened is they raided this business, and here's the quote: you have two businesses, two placement agencies that in essence build a business model where the commodity was illegal workers. Special Agent Brian Moskowitz, the special agent in charge of Homeland Security investigations in Houston, said they acquired and delivered illegal workers to greedy restaurant owners around the country. The restaurant workers were required to put in 12-hour days, labored 6 days a week, and were not paid overtime or allowed to keep tips or gratuities. The restaurant owners paid the workers in cash, avoiding paying employment taxes, and did not provide their undocumented workers with health insurance, vacation, or sick time. Officials with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement said. So this is the shadow. They're not able to participate in society and with no way out. So point B, some people believe that the deportation of all these unauthorized immigrants is the law, and that should be what is enforced. But breaking up families consisting of U.S. citizens and illegal immigrants is problematic. What are you going to do with them? Do we put them into foster care? Do you make them orphans? Do you send them to Mexico? There's no clear way to resolve it with the current system. So that brings me to point C, is that any immigration reform must address the legitimate rights of U.S. citizens living in these mixed family situations through no fault of their own. So claim 3 goes to solvency, and this is the President's 21st Century Path to Citizenship Plan, and it solves these problems. So point A in his plan is that the plan provides provisional legal status to unauthorized immigrants. B, all unauthorized immigrants must come out of the shadows and register. They must submit biometric data and pass security checks. Point C, those applying for permanent residence must pass background checks. And that's specifically so that we don't allow criminals to take advantage of this opportunity. They must pay their taxes and register for selective service. And point D, children brought to the U.S. through no fault of their own will be allowed to earn their citizenship by going to college or serving in the military. An administrative and judicial review process, this is point E, is established for those that are denied residency and have a way to appeal that and have their situation addressed. And point F, the plan provides new resources to combat fraud of passports, visas, or anything like that that people are using. And that's it. Thank you.